to record. Yeah. Alright, just to make sure. Anyway, we're back. So let's continue reading. Suddenly the sound of the copier's cover slamming down echoes throughout the room, drowning out the rest of her voice, weak as it is. And there's the reason why people don't let me talk. Wait, did I read this? I don't remember. But anyway, a quiet once again descends throughout the whole room, though denser compared to the ones we shared tonight. Behind me, I can still hear her movements, sharp and precise, while she feeds the original copies to the machine. Probably the last from the ones I handed her. With one last step, all of it stops. Her feet shuffles lightly against the floor when she moves away. Something creaks softly, probably the table, as she settles her weight against its side. By this time, an apology is already at the tip of my tongue. It never makes it out though.
Belle,
Papa's gone, Ash.
Oh. A quiet admission. Every syllable spoken under her breath, almost like a secret she has never intended for anyone to hear. But in those few words, in those scant few seconds, but everything between us shifts as the gravity of each sinks. Right then and there, something harsh and immovable rises between us. Death is something I'm familiar with. Almost 10 years in the police force, and it's impossible not to be aware of it in some capacity. But this is different than those dead bodies we examined in forensics, a far cry from the victims we found on a bad investigation. Those I can easily distance myself from. No emotional attachment, no need for pretenses. I can do the same thing here, in fact. I never met the man. I only heard of him from Isabella. What he sounds like when he remedies her, what makes him tick, or what his habits are. She has left them for me to imagine. Yet, somehow, I still find myself grasping for things to tell her. Any word of comfort that'll dull the pain. Because even without looking at her, her grief feels palpable enough. Her pain, an immutable weight hanging over us. Just stay busy. So, gently I offer. I feel like talking about him opens a wound. Okay, but who am I to say I'm making all these bad choices, I'm getting him killed, so... Tell me about it.
when?
Zachary. Alright, and what's... Oh yeah, the call. Everything happened on the 29th.
Huh? When what?
Your dad. I mean, when did you find out?
She does not answer. Not immediately, anyway. And for a lingering moment, the hush simply stretches out before us, spamming across the minutes, the seconds we let pass while we both simply stand there, waiting. Unmoving, without exchanging anything else except for soft sighs and gentle breaths. Eventually, she exhales. Lightly, muted enough that I might have missed it had I not been paying attention to her every movement.
Yesterday,
Yesterday.
around 3 in the afternoon there, Mama called. She told me he passed away in his sleep, and
That's...
I guess I can take comfort in that, huh? But Papa wasn't in any pain when...
She trails off, releases another ragged breath hidden underneath her chuckles, each one mirthless, heavy with nothing but sorrow. Then she falters into silence, and for all my attempts at lightening her burden, I'm suddenly at a loss. Reassurances can only do so much when her only reason for staying here has been taken from her. A hope abruptly yanked from under her feet, right after it has been generously given, and without that, without the one person that pushes her to endure all of the shit she's going through, means nothing but a struggle. What does one say to a person fraying at the edges, slowly wearing thin and breaking? Are words even enough? What right do I have anyway? I cannot give her anything apart from lies that has utterly changed me as a person, and affections she may or may not even want for herself, because no matter how easy she worms herself into our lives, how immutable her presence has become, her own heart will always yearn for something else. For home.
Tell me about him.
Huh? About what?
Your dad. Tell me about him. Anything. Just talk. Say anything you want. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll listen.
Silence again, for many minutes, as if she's testing the weight of my question, for what purpose it is, for a reason even I can't offer right now. After a while, though, she starts, reluctantly, her voice hitching, faltering, and stumbling on each syllable as she chooses her words. A rough start, but soon it steadies. And along with it, to keep company, the stories from childhood and memories she's fond of are the tears. Oh. Oh no, 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 don't cry. Especially if she's not really a crier. Oh no. Oh no. Despite this, in spite of the grief choking her words off, the hurt closing her throat, and the sobs racking her leaf form, she continues. Like the mere act of speaking is a relief in itself. A release. She tells of her father, the very person who named her, how she looked up to him, how she was a bit of a tomboy growing up in her attempts to imitate him, and how the man has encouraged her to pursue what she really desired for herself. Perhaps even the only thing she ever did, having grown up but not wanting anything more than food to put on their tables.
He told me I don't have to listen to them. That I can do what I want. Every day, he'd wake up at 4, Ash. Because he'd earn more that way. And every single time, he'd give them to me. Whatever extra he earned, he'd hand them all. So I'd have something to use for my paintings. And you know what? Back home, Just a good tube of paint costs almost as much as what we spend for food the whole day.
Jesus.
But he'd always set something aside. Told me he wanted to see my paintings in a museum one day.
I wish I had a deck like hers. She pours all of it out. Every little thing she has loved and admired about him. And like this, it's easy to see why she has gone such great lengths for him. Why she leave her dreams. Why she went against his wishes just to grant him another chance at life. Others will say it's her warmth that draws people to her, or her cheer. Neither are wrong, but neither is the whole truth to her either. Because those who has never bothered to look beyond the surface will never see her. See someone earnest, someone who has always meant well, abide her underlying stubbornness. This is how she loves, warm, steadfast, and unflinching. You never meet many people like her, not in my line of work. Not with the kind of people I had to deal with, always with something to hide, always with something to lie about. Eventually, when you run across too many of them, you change. You become like them. In many ways. For a lot of reasons. She's the kind of person I want to be and be around with.
He didn't want me to leave. Said, begged, I could finish my studies first. In the end, I couldn't even grant him that one request. I'm a terrible daughter, aren't I?
Oh no, don't say that. You are not a terrible.
You're not.
Huh?
Oh no, is he crying too?
You're not. I can't speak for your dad. I haven't even met the man. But I know you're not.
I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this. The remark just came out. Now I'm stringing all of these together as I go. But one thing is certain about all of this. None of what I'm about to say is a lie.
The Isabella I know is a total klutz, but I've never seen anyone work as hard as she does. She's the type who wears her heart on her sleeve, though it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's always in the right place. She's intimidated by a lot of stuff, but she knows how to appreciate the smallest things in life. Frankly, you've caused us no small amount of trouble since you barged into our lives. But when I'm with you, all of my worries seem trivial.
Heat has already creeped up my face when it registers. The turn this whole thing is about to take. Before I blurt the rest of it out, declare feelings I'm not even ready to reveal to anyone, much less to her, my hand comes up to smother the rest of it. Though embarrassment quickly takes the reins before I can completely clamp my mouth shut.
And I'm pretty sure Zach and Becca think the same way. You have a nasty way of growing on people like that, and you know what? We got everything we needed in here. I'll just wipe the security recordings and we're good to go. While I'm at it, you better wipe the snot off your face. And you don't look very nice when you're bawling like that.
Hastily, I gather everything. The personnel files, client documents, sales agreements, and contracts, anything my hands can get a hold of from the table. In record time, it has all been stacked in a neat pile. Let's see. And ready for storage, and I'm carrying the entirety of it back to the records room. Wherever that is. It should be an easy find, unless this place is a maze of some sort, which I highly doubt. Still, beats staying here and seeing the look on their face. Especially in case Isabella has heard the last bit of what I've almost let slip. Crap. Really, her anger's still bearable. I can take that, including the glower she sends me right before I take my leave.
So, yeah, I'll go get the security videos and put these back where you pulled them from. Man, these are heavy, you know?
Wow.
Ash, it's just paper. You don't even know where I...
Oh, no, I can handle this. Easy as pie. And, yeah, security cams, tapes, videos.
Awkward.
Yeah, I'm off.
Her rejection? At this point? Maybe. Maybe not yet. ... Getting the files back to BRC's archive room is a... wait, what? Is a cinch? With the documents in its place on one of the labeled shelves, I lock... Let's see. I lock the room behind me, tugging it twice just to make sure. Now, on the next order of business. Removing the evidence of our little excursion in here, or at the very least, the parts showing what we've been doing during the past hour. It's been an hour. That's not good. Either way, can't have our faces plastered on security footage showing us breaking the law as it were. I'm gonna have to wipe the data for Isabella's access cards entries too. Surprisingly, finding their security room proves a breeze. What will be tricky is getting inside. The fact that no one has walked out during the whole time we've been here means the room is either empty or their security sound asleep. I'm banking more on the former. If they're cutting corners and firing agents, I have no doubt in my mind that they fired the guy stationed in here if they have anyone watching the monitors in the first place. It's a rather common thing for establishments. Just leave security recordings indefinitely and only check the footage if something actually happens. Just to check, I press my ears against the door, listening for a sign of anyone occupying the room. After a long minute and nothing, not even the sound of someone's breathing, I give the door knob a few rattles.
Standard lock and key. Should be easy enough to pick.
We have lockpick sets, but those are only to be used if necessary and with a search warrant. Even then, it's a skill set rarely needed. Survivability isn't on a cop's priority if they have the authority to search the premises. Bolt cutters and brute force are the favorite methods. If those fail, we call a locksmith. Me, I prefer the good old hairpin trick when those options aren't available. Besides, they're easy to hide and store for emergencies. Let's see. Alright. Running my hand through my hair, I pull a pair of bobby pins. You hide them in your hair? Two of these, and I can just about open any standard lock. One makes a lever, and the other makes a handle. I won't call it a complex skill, but it certainly takes time and a lot of practice to successfully pick a lock. Good thing I've practiced with them for a bit in my college years. I learned more when they're accessible and standard issue for a law enforcement officer. A wiggle here, I click there, and I managed to seize all the pins in the locking mechanism soon enough. With a slight turn of the knob, the security room's ripe for the picking. What? Oh, God, this is not good at all. Not good at all. The room's odor hits me first, a sharp, nauseating stench, as if someone has accidentally spilled a grandiose gallon of bleach in the room. When was the last time they opened this place?
Ugh, this place smells awful. Jesus, it's worse than the forensics lab on a bad day.
Probably because of a badly botched effort to clean the place up. Even in the dark, I can spy disgusting stains on the walls. I really don't have the time to try and decipher what they are, though. I don't have the time to play, is this ketchup or soda right now? But I have this strange gut feeling who the mess might belong to. As expected, no security personnel mans the office's CCTV controls, and the standalone DVR setup is open for anyone. Normally, I have a heap of things to say about this sloppy security setup. Right now, their negligence makes the whole task of erasing evidence easier. But what is this? Something is behind Isabella. It's as simple as going into the menu, searching for the file for tonight's recording, and, well, deleting it.
No fuss, no muss.
The next one should be the access card data. Hopefully getting into their computer won't be too much of a hassle. Everything up until now has been smooth sailing. There have been hiccups, I'll give it that, though it does nothing to dampen the good mood I'm in. Once I shift my attention to the machine sitting next to the DVR setup, all of it swiftly evaporates. I am no computer buff, but I can definitely recognize one more than a decade old. Simply looking at it makes me feel younger. I have no choice. I have no other choice, however. With a heavy sigh, I power it up and mentally prepare myself for a slow slug. Slow apparently remains an understatement here. Let's see. It takes a whole 3 minutes for the thing to start up. The OS hasn't even started loading, and in my boredom, I started inspecting the live feeds from the cams. Only 2 of them works. One for the view outside. Everything seems to be in order there, and the other, for the main workspace where Isabella. It's a fleeting glimpse, a cursory glance, but the sight of it stops me. The image is a bit blurry, but standing there. Oh, you just appeared. Right in the middle of the room, by one of the cubicles, I can make out the form of a person, aside from Isabella.
What the hell is...
I don't get too far into that line of thought. No few seconds after my words have slipped out without any sort of warning, while I'm still trying to make sense of what it is. The figure moves. Oh, hi. not across the office floor, but right towards the camera. Gradually, as it nears, her features grow clearer. Deathly pale skin and hair like ink, too real and too close. Stands out in stark contrast to the artificial images shown on the monitor. A moment of paralysis hits me when she stops right in front of the camera. Like a damn rookie, I go still in the face of danger. Nothing but an odd clicking noise and the pounding of my own heart echoes in my eardrums. I definitely haven't been trained to handle the supernatural, and this is one, isn't it? And... oh fuck. Her eyes bore into me. The malice in them, piercing, even beyond the screen, it's enough to make me go numb. Only the mug... wait, what? Crunching? Really? Shouldn't it be crashing? To the floor, when my hand accidentally swipes it, snaps me out of the trace, reminding me that I'm not the only one here. Isabella. Her form on the screen suggests she hasn't noticed anything. Am I the only one witnessing this? In any case, whatever's happening, I have to get her out. Wait, why are you calling? Gathering my wits, I quickly reach for my phone and dial her number while keeping an eye on the figure staring back at me. It takes but all 2 seconds before she answers, though there's no time for relief.
Did you really have to call? We're practically on the same floor.
Get out of there.
What? What are you...
Out. Get out. I'll meet you in the elevator. Just
You're creeping me out, Ash.
Just get yourself out of that place, now!
I end the call with a click, and without second thought, I back away from the controls, from the room, ready to be done with this place. But before my foot even crosses the threshold, without any sort of warning, she disappears from the screen.
Son of a...
Oh my lord. No, you can't be Grudge Girl and The Ring, you stupid motherfucker bitch. Instinct instantly takes over, and my hand quickly reaches for the gun at my side, only to meet empty air. Though authorized, I always leave it in my car. A mistake that cost me a few precious seconds, while the paperwork I brought with me threatened to scatter everywhere at the same time. Gathering them and myself once more, with no weapon to protect myself, my sense of self-preservation kicks in next, and I lunge towards the door. I sprint across the office floor without daring to look back. Isabelle is already waiting in front of the elevators by the time I push myself out of their office. Worry creases her eyebrows upon glancing at me, but I don't have time to answer the question in her eyes. As soon as I reach her, I grab her arm, practically throw the two of us into the open elevator, and slam the button up for the ground floor. A sigh of relief escapes my lips when the elevator starts its descent. The clicking noise that seems to announce the ghost's presence fades off into the distance. Myself. Besides me, Isabella shifts, moving the stack of papers under her arm while she takes in my appearance. Concerns in her eyes, though all I can offer her is a small gesture of my hand, while I attempt to compose. Breathe. In, out.
Why are we in such a hurry?
We need to get out of this place. Did you get everything?
Yeah, it's all here. But really, you don't look too good. What's wrong, Ash?
I'll be fine. I was in the security room. From the monitors, there was a fucking...
What? Why are we in the garage? Of all places, you go to the fucking garage. The rest of what I'm about to say dies on my tongue when the elevator stops and the doors open. Instead of stopping at the ground floor, however, it completely skips and just drops us into the building's basement. There's a moment's pause while we both take in our surroundings. Confusion's understandably there.
Oh, come on! They should just replace this whole thing!
No. No, I'm quite sure I pressed for the ground floor.
Right? But just as Isabella says, it's an old building and the elevator always did have problems when I visited in the past. It probably didn't register. God, I don't really know about this. This is gonna suck. It probably didn't register it right. Even Isabella becomes so angry whenever we try to get to her floor, and she'll have to repeatedly smash the button for the elevator to even move. That was always good for a laugh. I wasn't too worried then. All of it completely changes when we hear a clicking noise again. From the distance, beyond the light's reach, echoing in my ears along with the rapid pounding in my heart or chest, Isabella stiffens. Her eyes grow wide and her whole body freezes at the sound. Gingerly, she reaches up to grab the hem of my sleeve and grips it hard, tight enough for her fingernails to dig through the material. If we have a way out, I've no doubt she'll run right this instant. As it is, the only thing she can do is hold on to me, her eyes searching wildly for the source of the sound while I stand protectively in front of her.
Ash, did you hear that?
Yep, yeah they do. I do.
Anyone there?
No answer.
I can hear you moving from here. Show yourself.
No response. Only the soft sound of something scurrying around the floor and the walls in slow, deliberate movements, faint, though still audible enough in this hunch, until it stops. A moment.
We need to go, Ash. We have to.
Don't say that. And then... Oh... Yeah. Alright. My ears literally... I don't know. Like, you know how a dog pops their ears out? Yeah. I felt my ears pop. A whale. This time, I'm certain it isn't my imagination. Against my training, my body stiffens. Hands stilling mid-press on the button, eyes waiting for any sort of movement from further back, and ears strained for the source of the sound. I can't even offer Isabella any reassurances. Much as I hate to admit it, dread has seeped into every nerve in my body. And the blasted elevator still won't work, no matter how many times my thumb presses on it.
This isn't in my fucking training manual!
Ash, we need to leave. I know that sound. Ash, please, get the elevator!
Another series of shuffling against the ground, a laughter, and all of a sudden, she's just there. Wait, is that her? Wait, is this? Oh, she's crawling on all floors. Oh no, get that thing working. A small grouette formed lingering at the far end of the basement on all fours, like a twisted spider. God damn it, why does it have to be... Why do you have to go the spider route? She stares at us, a look of hunger in her eyes, and venom in the twisted manner she smiles. A glee she has well earned, which were the damn flies that have been dropped right on the spider's web.
Ashton!
Yeah, I get it. I think it's gonna be a quick time event, so don't yell at me if I screw up.
Damn it! Damn it!
Then, without warning, she moves, mocking us with each slow crawl she takes, knowing we're both at her mercy as she makes her approach.
Fucking hell!
She isn't moving though. It's still the animation
Ashton,
thing.
the door! The door!
But this isn't funny. Our lives are in the hands of a crummy elevator. Our lives are literally hanging between life and death, whether or not this stupid thing works. We're not going to die here. Not in a damn elevator. Wait, what? 1, 5, 3. Wait, I don't get that. 5, 2, 8, 7, 3. Oh god. 8, 3, 6, 1, 4, 2, 8, 7, 6. Ah, damn it. Oh my. So game over. We died. Continue. Okay, so 1, 5, 7, 3, 9, 6, 5, 4. I didn't think it would be numbers. 6, 8, 9, 4, 1. Oh, what? 4, 9, 6, 5, 8. Oh, oh fuck. I fucked up. Hi. Maybe I should do the maybe not across, not the numbers above the letters. Maybe I should use the other numbers on the side. It'll be easier. All right. So, or if okay, that doesn't work. Never mind. Never mind. This didn't work for me. Wait. Why can't I? Hello. Oh, we're doing... I can't exit out of this. Well, fuck me. Hi. Hi again. My bad, my bad. I tried to use the other number, it wouldn't work for me. So, I have to use these when they're so spread out. One, 7, 9, 6, 5, and 6, 5, 4, 7, 1. As if a divine power has heard me swearing up a storm in my head. You're welcome. I'm sorry, but you died 3 times. 4, maybe. The doors close just as the thing looms near. Soon, the elevator, the blasted thing, is headed up. Isabella's knees buckle in relief. In 2 ticks, she's hugging herself without any care for the mess of papers and folders she has dropped on the floor in her panic. She draws in one ragged breath after another, each one brimming with nothing but relief. And this is the most I've been tired my whole life. My whole damn life. Not during training, when my superior first asked me to drop 100, not after a stakeout, but after smashing a fucking elevator button repeatedly. I slumped to the ground beside her, worn out. But I don't let myself feel relief again, not until I'm out of here. Isabella seems to be of the same mind as she looks at me. Still, I find myself sharing a shaky laugh with her.
We're okay. We're fine. right?
Yeah?
Yeah, we're good. Alive. Fuck, we should have taken the goddamn stairs.
Twice, I seen it. Thrice, if we include the party. Unless I'm tripping balls without realizing it, there's no doubt in my mind that this is actually happening. I seriously don't want to believe it. But with the truth staring at me in the face, it'll be stupidity to deny the reality of the matter. As soon as the lift hits the ground floor and the door slides open, we hightail out of the building. Seb's sound asleep when we pass by his station. However, in the face of what we've seen, everything I face tonight, we really can't care less who will still see us on our way out. The sooner we get away from this place, the farther, the better. I'm just not sure if that also means being safe. She almost got us, damn it. She did get you. That was my fault. But it never happened. Not in your lives. It didn't happen. The fucking thing almost had us. Hell, I haven't even sorted everything running inside my head right now. All I can see is her face, her horrid smile as she's about to reach us. Shit, it was only by luck that we managed to get the fucking elevator unstuck, had the blasted thing not worked in the last second. I need some air. Fresh, breathable air that doesn't stink like death and gore all at once. I'm panicking. Christ, I'm losing focus. Or losing focus. With another person here, I can't afford that right now. Isabella hasn't said anything, but I know she's more shaken than I am. Yeah, I bet she is, huh? Oh, Jesus. I can't lose it when another person's depending on me.
Remember your training, Frey.
Another deep breath, and soon, I'm starting the engines and driving us off. After that little incident in the elevator, somewhere open would be good. Someplace we won't get trapped. Luxbourne Park during night time brings a welcome relief, though only by some. The chill that has seeped in my bones is still there, unfurling and unfurling underneath my skin. If I don't move, if I don't busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to happen when there are plenty of things to do. But this already answers all of it, doesn't it? Those deaths? Just how many copies of the letter are out there? Isabella can't have the only one if other people are also getting cursed. Could it be that the one she has shown us is just one of five, maybe even more? That whole pass this to five people business is ridiculous. But at this point, is it still? All in all, we found 21 people who might have read the letter, 7 of them deceased, 8 if we count Cooper. And that's only with what we can find right now. We have no idea how the contractors and specialists hired from outside the company are doing if we are in any way affected. How many more people are suffering? How many are missing? How many are dead? Can I even blame the Wrights for this anymore? If anything, they might be in danger as well. I don't think I can wish a curse upon anyone, no matter how big of a douchebag Luke Wright is. There's also that woman. How do we get out of this mess? How do we get away from her? Shit. Still, so many things we need to look into, yet all my body wants to do is pace, tread the ground, and burn out whatever excess energy there is in me.
Ashton, I'm getting dizzy. Will you sit down?
It's the first time Isabella has said anything. She has been sitting quietly on one of the park benches since we dropped here. Better and less distracting than watching her nervous habits, I suppose. She certainly seems calm now. Too calm, in fact, for someone who has just seen something terrible. Let's hope it doesn't. But it's been more than a week for her already. People do get desensitized to things at some point, even someone like Isabella. Who knows what's going on inside her head though? Inside mine, there's too many and none of them would sit still.
I'm not going crazy, am I? I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I didn't inhale anything weird. Jeez, shit. Shit. Isabella, please tell me that wasn't...
What I'm not expecting when I turn to her is mirth, barely contained as she hugs her arms closer to her body and tries to keep a smile from breaking.
You're laughing. You're laughing. Why are you laughing?
I'm not quite sure what she has seen in my face, but in the next second, laughter suddenly bursts out from her. Oh, where's her? I'm so sorry. It's just that you should have seen the look on your face back there. Oh, you bitch. And, okay. Yeah, yes, right, sure. I'm not the one who panicked. You almost ripped my arm off. Where's the voices? God. Yeah, but Isabella, this isn't funny. That woman almost got us. We could have ended up dead.
I know, I'm really sorry. But this is just too precious to miss. You really lost your shit for a moment there.
Indeed.
You're trying to get back at me, aren't you?
Yep.
Well, I'm not the one who kept calling someone scaredy cat for years. How does it feel?
I'm not scared.
But you are.
Really? Because it doesn't seem that way to me. At all.
I'm not, alright? I'm just... I just don't know what to do right now.
Immediately after, the moment passes, replaced by another tense silence. Laughter dies in her lips as everything sinks in, the awareness of the much bigger trouble looming over us. Yeah, we're in deep shit, and it has finally caught up and hit us like a ton of bricks. Hit me more than anyone. Because she has been warning us of this since day one, and I'm the first person who brushed it off. Despite that, she still reaches out to me, tugging at my sleeve, almost desperately. Her hands are trembling, and there's a tremor in her voice when she speaks. Without the cheer, only fear remains. One that she has been buried with from the beginning.
We're still going to do something about it, right?
Yes.
Not just stand around and let that thing get us.
Unexpectedly, she leans her forward against my arm, and her grip on my sleeve tightens. There's desperation in there, a quiet plea.
Don't want to lose anyone anymore, Ash.
I wish I can give her that promise. Yeah. But with so many unknowns, so many things I don't understand about this, how can I? Why she still trusts I can do something about this baffles me. It all feels wholly undeserved, considering the way I treated her. Yet, despite my reluctance, I find myself returning her hold in kind. A grasp warm and light enough for comfort. Not a promise, but something close to it. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. What is this? Darkness blurs the edges of my vision. Black tendrils twist and coil around my limbs. Soft footfalls echo from the far distance, scurrying, scampering, moving in an odd rhythm with the sharp, piercing notes of her laughter. A scream threatens to burst, but my throat closes off ever so slowly. A chill seeps into every nerve in my body, washing away every sensation in me, apart from one. There is fear. Or there is only fear. God damn it. Stop making my ears stretch out! Once again, her laughter echoes, a sound both bitter and unforgiving. It is the last thing I hear before she reaches for me. The ground trembles. The world slows to a stop. Wait, are we sleeping in her room? Oh, that we are. Oh la la. Oddly, there's no feeling of terror or confusion gripping me despite the vague images that has driven me from sleep. Awareness kicks in shortly, though slow and sluggish, as I blink away the last remnants of unconsciousness from my eyes. The early morning light already streams from the open windows, when the memory sets in, and the room finally comes into focus. Isabella's apartment. Pushing myself upright, my eyes wander idly towards her prone form. She's hunched over the coffee table, both her arms under her head, while she continues to rest. Then, to the chaos of papers and folders we left scattered over it before sleep has claimed both of us. We bunkered down here last night, after both our nerves have calmed down, mine for the most part. Staying together was an unspoken invitation. And anyway, I'm pretty sure neither of us wants to remain alone when there's that woman. Is she still one in the first place? One that we normally call a human? Can it still feel guilt? Does it understand pain?
Fuck, I'd rather get charged for breaking and entering than mess with whatever that thing was any day.
Not that thinking about this still matters, when all our lives are in her hands. She's dangerous. If we don't do anything about her and this curse, we'll definitely be pushing daisies soon. I can't let that happen. I've dallied on this long enough, left all my friends in harm's way after the warnings they all given me. Besides, beneath the terror and the adrenaline that keeps me running, knowing that what lies ahead for Isabella makes it hard not to take action. The paper sitting on the edge of the table calls my attention. At this, light against my hand when I reach for it. It has caught my eye the night before, but with the lot we still need to go through, I simply ignored it. The logo embezzled at the top of the page, however, provides this paper a whole new meaning. Not for me, but definitely for her.
A scholarship grant, huh?
Huh. But anyway, that's it for this section. I can only do like one section since it's kind of late. Anyway, when we come back, we're gonna continue with Ashton, and we're gonna look into this scholarship grant. Hopefully, I know I'm not gonna get the true ending, but I hope I get something good. But anyway, that is it for now, and have a good day.